But it looks to me that I fucked up. Shit. Well, it's that time. What's going on, everybody? Back out in the garage again, and we are working on the front end. As you can see, I already got one pipe done. I got it cut, notched, and everything. I didn't record any of it simply because it took me forever. It took me like 3 hours just to get this stupid 2 notches done. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I don't know why. I don't know if I'm that fucking stupid or what, but I had a hell of a time trying to wrap my mind around how this was set up. So what I ended up doing, was I made myself some templates, as you can see. This is the passenger side one. I made one for the driver's side also, which I don't know where the heck it went. I got it on the table somewhere. But what I did for the driver's side, I just took a piece of cardboard. This is a Cheerios box, and I just took it and I wrapped it around my pipe, and then I duct taped it. So that gave me my outside diameter. So the outside diameter is actually the inside diameter of the cardboard. And why I did it that way is simply because now, like, I just cut this is a 13-inch pipe. I just cut this. So what I'm going to be able to do is, because I wrapped it on the outside, I'll be able to slip the pipe on the inside, and then I can trace out where it laid on there. So when I put this in, it's still hot. Woo! I just cut it. It's really hot. But what I did, so when I have it in there, now everything that I had cut out for my lines for where I line it up, I'll be able to trace it, and then when I go to cut it, then all I have to do is grind and clean up the edges and to get my good fitment. I'll take you up here and show you. I'm gonna let that cool down a little bit. I have to stand here. So the first one, the fitment is fairly decent. It's not perfect by any means, but as you can see, got a little gappage, but not horrible. So it's a little better. I am gonna, it's pretty tight right there, and the reason I'm gonna gap that out a little more strictly because of, we got a big gap in the back. It was a little offset, so I ground a little too much out of it. So what I'll do is I'll take some more out of the front here, just so I can get that pipe to kind of come up a little bit, and it'll sit flush, and then it'll fill that gap in the back a little bit. But the bottom side is not bad at all. Whoa! Incoming! I lost my head. That's much tighter. Okay. So, yeah. This is all pretty good. So like I said, that gap in the back there. Let's see how tight this is. I can lose some of this, and I'll get that to suck up so it'll fill that out a little bit. And we'll be good on the bottom. And then I'll take, I can't put the cardboard piece in there. But, so yeah, I'm going to finish putting this. I'm going to wait till this cools down a little bit, and then I'll finish putting this in there. And then you can see my angles that I have cut on there, and as it was sitting on the other side. So once I get this in there, I'll mark it on my pipe with a marker, and then I'll put it over in the vise and cut it out and grind it and be on our way. So put you back on the stand. Okay. So as you can see, the only thing that I have left showing is the pipe that I need to cut out. So it makes for a good template. But yeah, so I'll mark this out and I'll put it in the vise and I'll start cutting on it. So I just marked a reference for the piece, top inside, so I know location of where it's going to be. But I'll put this in the vise now, and then I'll get to grinding this out so we can get our fitment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a relief cut first, right down the center, and then I'll kind of try to bevel my edges, but with a straight disc it's kind of hard to get a curve done. I'll just go back, I'll get it what I can get, and then I'll go back with a flappy disc wheel, and then I'll kind of round it off. So far, not so bad. I mean, it's definitely tight because we haven't ground anything out, but not too bad, not too bad. But it looks to be that I fucked up. Shit. I don't have to cut another piece. I'm going to get this top kind of ground down and straighten up and fix. Hopefully I can get it around the pipe. But I didn't leave myself enough of a point, so it's kind of rounded, which it's not dropping down, kind of teardropping like how I wanted it to. So hopefully I can fix it. We shall see. So as you can see what I'm doing here, like this is still the rough side and it doesn't have any bevel or anything. Well, and then when I flip to this side, what I'm doing is I'm grounding out that whole side. That way, not only because even the width of the pipe itself, see how it gets smoother? So what that allows it to do is it'll lay on that pipe real nice. So instead of being the whole thickness, I'll smooth it out. That way the joint is a lot smoother, nicer. So this is what I mean. So like it'll lay, sort of, hopefully the pipe lays in there nice, and then it kind of goes up. I'll grind that down a little bit to make it smoother, but compared to this crap. So see how it doesn't really have that groove or lay, which it makes it very difficult to do when you have a straight blade, but that's what I'm shooting for. At least a little cleaner, but not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, so definitely have some issues. So I'm going to definitely have to take out some more on the back side here, and this bottom is probably going to fight me to the very end. And I can easily say it is all my fault. Oh, almost lost her. Oh boy. Golly. I'm just putting some marks on here so I kind of know. where I want it to line up. Really hoping I can save this, because the top is really good. The bottom, really bad. So, put it back in the vise. Do some more grinding. We do take a little more on the back side. Not much. Just a sliver. She'll see. That was fucking stupid. That bolt is dumb. God. Getting better. So definitely gonna have to take some more out of the back. And hopefully we can salvage that front some more. That is pretty damn good for the top. The backs, I got quite a bit of gap in the back. I'm not really worried about it though, because this still has to come back almost 2 inches. Or I'm sorry, about 1.5 inches. About 1.5 inches. So I got a little bit of a gap there, but it'll close. This is super tight, but it'll loosen up and give us a little bit more room. I'm definitely gonna have to take some more off the back here, and I am really hoping that I can sell. I'm gonna show you the fitment I have for the bottom here. Maybe. Shoot. Maybe I won't. Let's grab it, see if I can do it with one hand. Alright, so my 17-inch mark here is where I want to line up. As you can see, that's about it. Now, what I'm running into, so my fitment on that, really good. Really good, right? So, but now, if you go up, my top's off pretty decently. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do, oh, it's not going to stay. So pretty much this side, I'll have, or this side here, I'll have to shave that side down, and then opposite, I'll shave this side down, and hopefully that'll draw it back in, because the bottom is where I want it to be. So it looks like we're going to have to get rid of the top, some of the top anyways, to draw it over. So we'll get rid of some of this outside stuff, just follow that same contour, and get rid of some of the material, and hopefully it'll draw it up in. That's what I'm shooting for. So, looking pretty decent though. So that's where we want it on the top, but you can see how far off we are on the bottom. So we just gotta get rid of some material. But our bottom looks good now. We just gotta fix our flipping top. So we'll try it. Alright, so this fitment, the bottom's really good, but the top's bad. So I'm just going to take a smidgen off the back side of this and then the opposite front that faces the inside. I'm going to try to grind those down a little bit. Hopefully it'll make our fitment for the top good. The bottom is really, really good. It's fitting really nice, so I'm going to try to form around that. And we need the top to kind of come up forward a little bit, and then it's kind of swiveled. So I'm going to try to straighten it up as much as possible. Sorry for all the outside noise. It is literally pouring outside, so it's just something we're going to deal with. But it's going to get loud anyways because of the grinder, so it is what it is. I got stuff to do. You gotta go.